Hello, everyone. We're going to talk about how to be happy. It will be an hour-long stream. God bless anybody that sees this video. I'm posting all of my videos now. That is all of my lives. So, how to be happy? Well, we have to do what we want to do, because if we don't do what we want to do, then we'll never be happy. Most people don't do what they want to do. They have thoughts and conceptualizations. They conceptualize what they want to do, but they never actually follow through in what they want to do. So the key to being happy is doing what you want to do. Does that make sense? If anyone has any questions, we're going to be going for an hour. And we just started this live. Hello, Fernandez. You can never be happy, truly, if you don't do what you want to do. Does that make sense? Because you'll always want to do that. You could go do a million other things, but you already know the thing that you truly want to do that makes you happy. I'm not as thirsty as you think. But thanks for letting me know. Your intuition, people don't listen to this. This is your guidance system. And it tells you what you want to do. So when people don't follow their intuition, then they aren't happy. So your intuition is God speaking with you. And everybody has this inside of them. The problem is they get distracted. And they don't listen. And that's the problem with most people. So being happy is doing what you want to do. And that comes from the inside. No one can tell you to be happy. And you can't rely on someone else to make you happy all the time. Everything that's external, video games, movies, TV, even some friends, your girlfriend, boyfriend, all this stuff in this world, it's going to change. So we can never fully rely on the external world for everlasting happiness. Does that make sense? Happiness comes from within. When you feel happy, it comes from within you. All these emotions and your thoughts, they generate from within. So you can ask, you may not be doing what you actually want to do right at the moment. Maybe you're at work. Maybe you have to do something at the house, grocery shop, walk your dog. But we can feel happy right now. The problem is with most people, they're not feeling this right now. So we don't need an external influence to generate what's already happening within us. Because even if an external influence generates, makes you happy, they tell a joke, you laugh, something outside of your peripheral, it makes you smile, we are still bestowing and generating happiness from within us. So it doesn't matter what you do, you can always be happy if you focus in on yourself. Because again, happiness comes from within you. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter what happens externally, because you will still feel the happiness through you. You don't extract happiness from people, even though it may seem like that. It actually generates within you. And so there's this feeling inside of us, and it's in all living beings. It's what keeps you alive. So the feeling of being alive is right here. And everybody has this, but they don't know. This is what most people miss. So you don't need to scroll on any social media to feel this. You don't have to do anything. Because the feeling of happiness is right here. Whether you're doing a job at, a hospital, walking your dog, watching a movie, spending time with your girlfriend, working, driving a car, or simply doing nothing. Literally doing nothing. You can actually feel amazing. So when people say, oh, be one, they don't know what they're talking about. That when they say be here in the moment, you actually feel your inside vibration. And this keeps you alive. So the vibration that keeps you alive, if you can tone into it right now, and you can do this anytime. Most people habitually do this. They're just unconscious of doing it. Hey, Matt, the visionary. Thank you, Dark Reverend. I was super tired, but I still came through to do this live. We're going to be here for a whole hour, hopefully. God bless everyone that came through and that is in here. Happiness is the greatest joy of life. And everybody wants this. There's nothing better than being happy. And as we just stated, and I will be posting all of my lives from now on. All of my lives are going to be posted. Happiness is generated from within. And all we have to do is feel internally. One way of feeling alive, because if we have to touch the life source that keeps us alive, because this source inside of every human being is it's forever happiness. It can even be called feeling amazing. Some people will relate it to calmness. The force that keeps you alive, it's referred to as God. Do you see the misconception? What is God? No one knows. But feeling alive is God. Because it's a feeling of life. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't know too much about the lotus. Maybe I'll research after this. I think that flower is foreign to my area, foreign to my country, the lotus. But that's real interesting. So again, whatever happens externally, even if it gives us a buzz of enjoyment, entertainment, we still generate the happiness is felt from our liveliness. So they say God is everywhere. Jesus is the same as God. They say Jesus is everywhere. This is because it's a life force. It's a feeling of being alive. So to get to know Jesus, you don't have to read a holy scripture. Same with God. Because it's a feeling fundamentally. All animals and everything in existence have this in it. But all animals, they're always happy. If you look at all animals, they're always happy. Except when they're absolutely starving. That only happens for a certain time, though. We, human beings, even when we starve, we can actually override with happiness. If anyone has any questions, we will be going over the main topic, how to be happy, throughout this live. We're about 23 minutes in here. Yeah. Yeah, I really like that. I don't think I've ever seen like one in person, but I know in like the India chakra system, the highest, most enlightenment energy center is represented with the lotus flower. Yeah. Technically, all flowers, though, come from the dirt. Yeah. Yeah, that's the lives that I've been posting, Dark Reverend. We've been all spiritual words. They mean the same thing. I'm not gonna go into a whole lot of words because I went into the last live yesterday and 3 days ago, the other live. But peace, happiness, love, these are all felt from inside. God, Jesus, Shiva, Brahman, liberation, salvation, being reborn, resurrection, um, when the Buddhists talk about nobody being a no self, and then we have a word called meditate. But what does meditate actually mean? I don't like the word meditate. Meditate means to look from within. Look within. Okay? So we just broke down what is meditate. It's an obscure word. It probably means more in a different language, but it's translated to English as meditate. It means to look within. That's why when they meditate in the Eastern societies, they close their eyes. In the West, like we talked about last night, their flow state, their meditation is when they do sports. Two sides of the same coin. So when we meditate, we look from within. That's the whole goal of meditation. What was Jesus's main teaching? Well, it was to look within. It's the same thing. People have been brainwashed to not see outside of their religion and to scrutinize everything that sounds different. Meanwhile, it's all the same thing. Yeah, lots of people are lost and sick. If anyone has any questions, you can post them down below. I appreciate you, Dark Reverend. Well, I also have a huge migraine. Well, that's the thing about Matt brings up a really good point. We deserve to be heard. And that's the thing is like our neighbors, because those are the people who are probably around significantly, are we're not talking to each other and we're not communicating with each other. So that's going to bring a whole host of problems. But everybody wants, in some way or another, wants to be heard. Even if it's just a small talk, some communication, everybody wants to be heard. But then there's people online and basically online that they go out of their way to grab your attention. But everybody wants to have some type of input. They want to feel a part of society, a community. And that's the thing, most people want to help other people. Most people want to do that. But they don't know how. That's the problem. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Dark Reverend. Yeah, religious. I didn't even. I don't want someone to even bring Bible quotes in here today, though that hasn't been happening. I just, I just don't want to hear about like the s- the sterilization of the Bible quotes. Yeah. Yeah, the blood moon is going to bring amazing energies. Yeah, tonight the moon. I was already out a little bit ago. I took a walk right before this live. Um, yeah, yeah. Today and tomorrow, the moon's gonna get crazy, and I seen the moon and it just looked wonderful. You don't get Yeah, I was thinking about drinking caffeine. The thing is, I didn't get to eat any food, and I probably have to shit. So it's a combination because my body's messed up, but it's a combination of the two that making my give me the migraine. And the thing about the black tea is, it makes my heart like race too much. So I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if I want to take that. Basically, I prefer not to. But that was the one thing that did come to my mind. The meditation, the Korea that I just did actually helped. I did get to eat a banana, and I was so all that helped basically. Yeah, it's a spiritual stronghold. Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing about life. There would be no life without duality. So evil pushes us to do good things, and then when spirituality rises through chaos. So when evil rises, usually spirituality hits a low, and then they just teeter and totter. One time we were very spiritual, not so long ago. It was just a different time of expression. So they didn't have internet at one point, and spirituality was more alive. But now we have a bunch of info, but darkness is at an all-time high. But there has to be some darkness, unfortunately, because then there's no life. Heaven is basically it's all life and all positive, but we go through this so we can advance. Yeah. You're you're right about the blood moon. I had beads in here for like months. I just took them out recently, but I was thinking about putting, sometimes I tie it, but like that. Yeah. I usually actually do have beads in right there. Yeah, I did look like Jack Sparrow. I never put beads on the mustache. Like, but that would be crazy. That'd be crazy. Um, yeah, it helps if I have someone else to do it, which in the future, hopefully I will. And yeah, I do like the beads though. I do like the beads a lot. Yeah, Jack Sparrow, yeah, for sure, for sure. Like I'm, I watched like Pirates of the Caribbean years after like they came out. But I love those movies. Like that I feel like I really would have lived in that time. Though obviously it wasn't like the movie, but if it was something like it, yeah, I'd be so thrilled to like live that life. Maybe I did at one time, but that movie just really, those movie series, I kind of watched them back to back when I did. And yeah, I feel like it just really thrilled me. Yeah. So, the beads actually, when I ordered them online, they are Tibetan beads. I wasn't going for any type of beads, but all the other beads were like they were super basic, like one color. But the Tibetan beads, well, these ones were just the ones that looked the most interesting, and they gave you like a whole bag of a whole variety of beads. So funny enough, they were Tibetan. Yeah, back to my 30s and I I recently just got my hair like braided, but it's just I can't do most of the stuff myself. If anyone has any questions, you can post them down below. Yeah, you watched it 100 times. The thing about me is like I don't watch movies really anymore, but I never like watched a rerun of anything. Yeah. I watched like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Pirates of the Caribbean, like all within like the same weeks. Like I watched all those movies way after everyone else. And I watched like a whole group of movies with like my one girlfriend at the time. That was because of her, not me though. But yeah, the adventure. There is people who do like to like be a hermit, which I could basically do that too. but I love exploring. Like I can't say everyone likes to travel, but that might just because the way, you know, society is and how our government is. But I love, like, I just always, I love to move. Some people are more like fatter and maybe they like to be like more stationary. Not me. I love to move. In fact, if I could live like a nomadic life, I will be in the future. Yeah, but yeah, it does with the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I deep down, I think we're nomadic people. Most, you know, hunters and gatherers, barbarians, Vikings, you know, all these people, they live nomadic lives for the most part. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see there's so many things I can do with like my beard, and like this actually looks pretty cool its own way. Yeah, the government and stuff, it's yeah, I mean, we all pretty much know, everyone pretty much knows at this point. Yeah, that's really that's what a great awakening really is, you know. But yeah, I don't always talk about that stuff because, you know, I talk spiritual and health stuff, and of course I say it, but you know, they don't the reason, you know, everybody's censored, so that's what's going on. Everybody's censored. Yeah, it's just how it always is. Yeah. And that's the thing about jobs. Jobs kind of suck because even more so back then, in me, I've always wanted a job like where I could travel. Yeah. Visit other cultures, like even if it was locally, like new and exciting places, but usually you have to travel outside of the city nowadays to get to them places because it's so congested, and there's so much industrial stuff. It's you have to go further out. So yeah, and then anything's possible. So, but it you can't have a stationary job and travel unless you just work at that job for some time, save up some money, but it's usually not a career type of job. It can be though, but then you usually leave and then you don't want to come back. Like when people go on hikes, they hike what's it? I don't know, the Northwest Pacific Trail, the Appalachian Trail, I think it's called. These are months hikes. They take months to hike. When people go on them trails, it's basically a pilgrimage, and I got goosebumps. You can't see. I can't see. little ones. But when you go on these huge hikes and pilgrimages, like we're supposed to, they really invoke that it's spiritual activity. It makes you want to be outdoors, and it feels really good. So we need to being in tune with nature makes us more calm and brings us to our center of being. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to be starting stuff in the future where I can get people together. Yeah, it was a worthy transformation. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Dark. Yeah, jobs do. I've known about that since my first job, but yeah, my body's been messed up for a bunch of years, so I've had no other focus than fixing my body because I couldn't do anything. Yeah. Yeah, we're all on divine timing right now. Yeah. I don't know if you've been subscribed to my channel, but I'm glad that you made it in here. Yeah. Soon the world's going to change because the way evil's just pushing us in such a corner that people are going to have to wake up. It's it's just how it goes, and then it just gets tore down. It's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse, but at the same time it gets better and better and better. So, but yeah, the soul thing with the job, I used to be a rebel. Yeah, I used to be a real rebel and not want a job. I don't mind. Like, the thing is, work to me, what work is to me, and I agree. I already know where you're gonna go, Dark. To me, what actual work is, I don't like that word, the way it's used. Is going to fish your own food, going to build a hut, going to cut wood, and then you have so much more free time. That's actually work to me. Going to hunt an animal, harvesting it, harvesting your crops. This isn't every day doing the same thing for long hours that never end. Do we see that? Do we see what I'm seeing? That's what work is to me, not a construction job or sitting on a roof doing the same thing all 8 hours, whatever, 365. That's why these people they they're becoming, the guinea pigs. We're different because we have awakened, and so we're ostracized from society. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I am doing, but you know, it it's slowly happening. It's coming along. It's written in the stars, Reverend. Yeah, I agree with if everyone has to evolve, we have to be the forefront of this evolution. The thing is, though, unfortunately, not everybody is going to evolve. Yeah, 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 yes. I know that's why we were talking about in the beginning of this live how to be happy, and we went over this, but it's doing what you want to do. Most people only conceptualize and they never actually follow through with it, what they want to do. This gives you the advantage where you now this per most people aren't doing what they want to do. So it's easier for you to like go and do what you want to do, whatever you need to do, because this is going to bring you the most happiness. So we can be happy at any time, no matter what we do. But if you're not doing what you want to do, then you have a higher chance of not being happy and most likely not going to be happy. So the people that are caught up in the system, weighing them down, they forfeit. They don't try to go and do something they actually want to do. So since they pretty much forfeit their their desires and it's their spirit, then then they're not going to get what they want. And the few people that do go break, from the matrix, they're going to get everything. Yeah. Yeah, the universe holds us back like a chain beast ready to be free. Yeah. The reason the world is the way it is right now is because people aren't doing what they want to do. Simply. And they give up their free will when we're talking about like materially, they give up their free will. So then yeah, it breeds weakness. We're going to be here for a little bit longer. It's about 55 minutes. I'm usually here for an hour. Yeah. Well, that's just the thing, Dark Reverend, is we're put in whatever circumstance that we're in, but we can change it anytime. That's the thing. Most people, unless they're chained physically, we can change our life anytime. Doesn't matter where we're at. That's just the thing. But people don't believe in themselves. They don't follow their intuition. Our intuition is telling us what we need to do. Hence, it is God speaking to us. Yeah. God is holding everyone back. Yeah. It's so funny because sometimes, like, when I body's really messed up, I don't want to go live. It's like a lot of people don't come into the live. It's almost like the universe does it on purpose. It's like 50-50 though. I guess who's holding ourselves back? Ourselves. Ironically, that's what truly holds everyone back. Like, that's a great point. A great point. We are literally holding ourselves back. I like that word, birthing stone. Yeah, the perception. Yeah, that's what we talked about in yesterday's live, which is posted this morning. It's all about how you feel, and you can always change how you feel, because all thoughts have underlying feelings, but you're connecting them to like a sentence. I hate the world. That is translated as this. It's translated as anger. So, oh, I hate Donald Trump, like you really do. Elon Musk. Well, it doesn't matter about the sentence and the words. It matters how you genuinely feel. And so, what enlightenment really is it's a stress-free state. Letting go of all feelings so that lotus flower can rise. Nothing's on your mind. It's a thoughtless state. God is a thoughtless state. And then he can work through us. And then we can feel God. So we merge with God once we feel the life force inside of us. And feeling alive was what we'll feel. And it's the best feeling ever. It doesn't get no better than this. It's the most happiest, relaxed, peaceful state. Is this feeling of life inside of us, because it is life. So most people miss this. No, I don't. I'm not getting visions. I just screens right now, because the way my body is, I my to be still. I can't focus on a screen. So, me radiating the stillness for me, it's always radiating because it's my natural state. I'm not confused with the ego. And I don't have thoughts. Like right now, and most of this time, I haven't had thoughts. But for me to just stay right there, I have to like focus off screen. Yeah. But I was gonna say one more thing about that. Mm, yeah. Oh, sex, drugs, and alcohol, even video games, they can all be enjoyed, but we must reach enlightenment first. Because then we'll become addicted to these things for most people. It's like you develop addiction on purpose because it gives you like it stimulates you, and then you don't know the inwardliness. But all this stuff coming externally will never be forever. So that's why people get sad. That's why rich people continue to buy things. And most rich people live miserable lives, even though we don't see it. And so that's why we have to look within. So sex, drugs, and alcohol, those are temporary. They're not the real deal, and they will never make you feel as real and alive as inside. I have gotten visions of the future, but my body's really messed up, Dark Reverend, and so I can't necessarily see, like, I don't get a lot of visions. Yeah. I did have two things that came to me, like three, and one was recently. God actually, oh no, yeah, I remember now. It was a personal message though, and I'm not going to go into these because there's only a few of them. Like a lot of people say they channel and the future is going to be like this and da 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 da. They're just bribing you to watch their channel. Yeah. It's good and it's positive, but the way that they make it seem, it's exaggerated. And them people all are not. We can all get visions, but I know just from looking at them and listening to them, just for a minute, they're not. And then all their videos are like the same thing. They're full of shit. Yeah, but I say that all the time. Yeah. Yeah, I can't enjoy video games anymore. I'm glad that, you got through alcoholism. God bless you, Dark Reverend. And God bless everybody in here. I appreciate everyone for coming through. It is the full moon tonight, the lunar eclipse, and tomorrow. So on full moons, and especially now, whatever that you feel the most will be exuberated. So if you feel sadness, you're going to feel very deep sadness. This is where all of these words come from. Moon. There's a bunch of words. They're not on my mind right now with the actual word moon. But werewolf and what's the other one? Just had it. Lunatic. These are coming from lunar eclipses because if you're angry, which is it's kind of the same thing as crazy, you're not in control. You're animalistic. You're in the bottom chakra. So the moon makes you even crazier. So lunatic is where that comes from. Direct correlation. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I appreciate everyone. Yeah. All right. that's that's my favorite emoji. I was, I'm some of my subscribers, they know like that's so funny you put that. They use that emoji all the time. That's my favorite one. Yeah, yeah, that's so funny you put that in there. See, it's the divine connection. And this is like I bought this, but this looks like the real life emoji. Yeah, so I I haven't got him in the shots recently, but this is him. Blobby. Yeah. Matt knows. And I hope you do get a succubus, a good one. Yeah. So, God bless everybody. We usually run these for an hour. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be going live again. God bless everyone for coming in here. This live will be posted. It'll definitely be up tomorrow. If not, as soon as I'm done with it. Yeah. The what was I gonna say? Yeah, the whale. The Matt knows about the whale because he's a long-term subscriber. Being happy is the practice of feeling. Yeah, we talked. Yeah, I hope you get your succubus. Nah, I don't know if I'm gonna smoke. I don't pretty much like stop smoking. I was going to, but then when I did this Korea work and got to eat that banana, I only smoke because my body's messed up now, but it doesn't even help sometimes. So, and when I smoke, I usually make videos, so that's or I go live. So I use it. I use it to actually help people, but that's just because my body's in a certain situation right now. I smoke like a chimney. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in one of my lives. I I just started going live like again, and I plan to go as much as I can. But when the people come in, you'll see them. You'll they're just like Matt. Some people don't talk sometimes but they come in a lot. But it's on its way. It's going up. Like this year's going to be a crazy year. Many blessings to everybody. I I kind of want to stay a little bit longer. I do kind of want to smoke. One of the reasons why don't even smoke because when I do this certain meditation, you can't smoke 12 hours prior to doing it, and it helps me a lot right now, or it can. So that's why I don't like smoking, because then I have to wait 12 hours. Else I would probably be smoking a little bit more. Yeah, yeah. I'm. Oh yeah, certain the thing about synchronicities is they're happening all the time. You are synchronized with God, with the environment. Most people are just too caught up in their mind. But yeah, synchronicities because you know because the certain meditation that I do, just the way simply that I am. Other things, I draw more synchronicities, and I do them for other people too. So it's the synchronicities can get insane. They I mean they can go so crazy. It just blows your mind. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta smoke to put that energy into your intentions. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Most people don't do that. So, yeah. Yeah, but we'll be back here tomorrow. I mean, it's crazy how I was gonna say that you just talked about the synchronicities, basically. And well, this is your first live that you said you've been in. Yeah, that's absolutely insane. I didn't start going live till last November, September. Yeah, and I was in a different location, and I'm supposed to be going to another location. So things I'm like caught in between. Yeah, but it is crazy. It is your first live because This is this is like the best live. But people that aren't ready for it, they want entertainment. No, my body's no. I've always smoked weed just previously because it was just fun. Yeah, I've never smoked because I had a problem. It was just funny and fun. I actually have a video about weed. I don't know if it's coming out soon because I have videos all the way up to August. All that's how many videos I have up. I have videos all the way to August. I don't I don't like saying it. Yeah. I don't know when that weeds video that 'cause I said is weed spiritual. I think it's just more so for fun, and obviously people use it for medicinal, but then people use it cuz they're sad and depressed. Yeah. I feel I don't need it spiritually. Like I already feel spiritual. Yeah. But I have a video coming out about that topic in particular. Yeah. Guess I'm kind of thirsty. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, sometimes I wonder about staying on, but then it's funny because like 2 hours ago I had a huge migraine. But I just usually do them about an hour. We're at like an hour and 18 minutes. Yeah, man. It's glad to see everybody in here. God bless everybody. God has many fortunes coming for everyone. God bless you guys. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it can do many things, but it's just not needed. Like it depends again your intention behind it. Yeah. If you're doing it for fun, okay, that's most people aren't doing it for fun. It's a you can do the thing is when you do anything for fun, then that's okay. That's spiritual in itself. But running from your problems is not the solution ever. Yeah, I mean, you brought up a lot of great stuff, Dark Reverend. Definitely. Yeah, man, I love it. There's yeah. you'll no you'll slow down. We just society's hyper stimulated, just how it is. But once we slow down, we can delve deeper into consciousness. We can become more still. In that way, we feel life. So when we slow down, even if it's simply like pouring a glass of tea, even if we walk slower, just as I'm doing now, I'm not going like this and I'm not talking like this, and I can keep going. If you want to talk about Donald Trump, if you want to talk about this, people do things in an uncontrolled manner. When we slow down, we have more of a chance. We can do things in a controlled manner for longer, and we can tap into that space, because awareness is a space we have to tap into. Yeah. If our mind is going too crazy and we're living a fast life, fast society, then we can't tap into awareness. So if, for example, we can sprint, but we can't sprint that long. We can walk, though, and we can walk forever, especially at a slower pace. Yeah, that's true. It does help everyone differently. That is true. That is true. It's always been 50-50 with weed. Because my life, so weed affects my body differently than a lot of people. Yeah. Basically, when you get enlightened, or if you're closer to it, you can't deal, your body gets disturbed by a lot of things. This is why when someone's thick-headed, they, just a very, very muscular, very massive, big type of person, they are very strict, and they're probably not going to get enlightenment. The physical structure is too strong. Yeah, it almost dampens your spirituality in a way. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad everyone came through. See, the thing is, I could go longer, like, and I don't know if I want to smoke because I could. I'm not sure. I can't I can't hold stuff up because it shows it in the opposite direction. So like I can't even show stuff basically. Like sucks. Yeah. Well, do we want to stay longer? What do you guys want? Yeah. I mean, it's been a great live. I just started. Usually, I just let people ask questions for like ever since I started. But the last couple days and how I'm gonna run it, I'm gonna start with a main topic, as I did in the beginning, and then answer questions as we go. Yeah, yeah, you definitely. That's definitely you're on the ball. You got a spark of light in you. Yeah. The yeah, the physical temple has to be kept in a certain way for the aspects to work itself out. That's very knowledgeable. I have ADHD and weed helps hypersensitive. Yeah. MK, have you been in here the whole time? Birds float. Oh wow. You know about the elements, Dark Reverend? You know about the elements? Okay. That's, that's very yeah, very interesting. Yeah. Nice to see you, MK. Sauron. I'm better now than I've been all of today, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's been an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, this one has many dimensions and realms. Yeah, it's the world is crazy. Yeah. It's but the most important thing to know it it's you can know it, you have the knowledge, but the most important thing to feel, which reigns over everything else, all superpowers, is your inner self, which is God. And God is so still, we have to be still inside so we merge with God, merge with the universe. God basically is stillness. Yeah, Matt, you're right on the money. Humans, yeah, humans have the most fire for sure, and this is what breeds the corruption and the evil and the angriness. You're always here. That's crazy, yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at some monks that were staying in some remote place in India or China in the mountain, and yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that though. Yeah, so, I mean, so many. There's so much stuff to talk about. I mean, yeah, it's crazy because I'm feeling better than I have all day. I didn't get to eat for like 24 plus hours, so the beginning of my day was just, yeah, I didn't have a lot of energy, but it's just so I always feel better at night though, so plus my body's been progressively getting better. Well, I had like a huge migraine like an hour, like 4 hours ago. Yeah, like it was. I mean, it was crazy, and then it's not here, not here no more. Yeah. My favorite time is, yeah. My favorite time is actually the like early morning. That is my late night. Like I do like night, but I like the nighttime where like nobody's up. So like the early morning, like 2 a.m. all the way till the sun comes up. Yeah, night. I just love when there's not like a lot of noise and there's not a lot of people up. I also just it being night. There's just like a feeling about it, the darkness. Yeah. It's been a great live, and I appreciate all you guys for coming through. Stoic was in here and he was talking about coming in here today, I think. Some people ask that sometimes. But Stoic, give me 1 second. He said he wanted to do that yesterday. Yeah, we want to show our face too. Yeah. That's what we were talking about earlier is everybody wants to have some interaction. Everybody wants to be heard. Yeah. Matt the Visionary brought it up. But we live in a society and our neighbors were they're not saying hello to each other. And so even if it's just small talk, we're not getting that. Because everybody wants to be heard. Not everybody is going to be a master in this life. And not everybody likes, there's different types of people. But even hermits like to be part of a community. Stoic, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Even hermits like to talk to people. It's just society ostracizes most of us when we go on a different path. That's just part of the game. And we all want to be heard, even if it's just a small interaction. I'm not actually inhaling right now. Thank you, Tommy Thunder. Like, yeah, a soul tribe in the video call. Yeah, I mean it's a great night. I guess I'm gonna have to stay longer, huh? I don't know what made it so great because I had a crazy migraine before, and yeah, maybe the banana that I ate. Stoic seems like one of those that I always watch from a distance. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, yesterday he was talking like crazy. I'm not sure if I want it. I guess I can inhale. I mean, still haven't inhaled. But Stoic, no, he usually talks most of the time. But I get what you mean from watching from a distance. I mean, I know MK does that. And yeah, some people do that. The ones that love the most. See, we're always bringing up people, even though they aren't in the lives. That's what I love about you guys. We always bring up people that aren't in the lives. But Stoic does stay like all the way in Australia. Australia. Like I said, I don't know if I actually want to hit it because, oh shit, I gotta do something. Because then tomorrow I have to wait like 12 hours to do the meditation. How big of a ghost you can do. Yeah. I don't know like what to even get people in on the video call. Yeah. I know we talked about this before multiple times, but I'm not sure like what I'm not there's I don't know. It was definitely the banana. Yeah, hopefully I can eat again because that would be nice. It's nice to see you, Thunder, Tommy Thunder. I appreciate you. I got I got oils. Oils are more efficient than candles. Actually using butter. But yeah, I my lighter wasn't working, so that's why I didn't do it earlier when I meant to do it. Yeah. But yeah, there is I can't fit everything into the picture frame. Uh, Maybe sometime in the future cuz I wasn't supposed to be like here for this long. So that's how so I, but I am here now. Yeah. So, Tommy Thunder. Yeah, I think Tommy Thunder is a new subscriber to my channel. Okay. Okay, yeah, I never used Zoom like that before. Dragon's blood sounds insane. Yeah. Profiting on human interaction. Yeah. That's why people don't even interact with each other. They're so caught up in their mind. Where they got to go next? Moving fast. Even when they're doing something, they're thinking about the next thing they're going to do. So they're never feeling their being. Because you can only think in this life or feel. Most people are in their head thinking. But dragon's blood sounds like a crazy incense. Dragon's blood, wow. But people are so caught up in themselves, they forget like the rest of the world. So they don't even want to talk. They're too busy, they even talk. Meanwhile, they're not even that busy. I think I just seen a mosquito. Yeah, I'm not so sure what the mice utopia experiment is. That kind of sounds funny. The meditation, it's by Sadhguru, and you have to basically, I can't teach people. It's like his main meditation, and you have to go learn it through his program. But I do highly recommend it. I I don't have like those type of meditations which are energy work. Yeah, I would teach them, but I don't know them. Yeah, they're basically like kept secret. So the good news is I'd plan to learn all of them. I just probably have to go to India. That's what I'm gonna be doing in the future, most likely, so I can teach people other ways. Because when I teach spirituality and what I teach, I go from all angles. I don't just, some people just want to tell you Eckhart Tolle spirituality, and a lot of people are just they're one dimensional. I'm like an all in. I put all my chips in. So I attack it from all angles. But Koreas, which are defined as energy work, they bring natural stillness into your body. So those people who can't get it, it's going to be the best thing for them. It also does other things. It keeps your body very healthy. Yeah. And there's nothing like it, basically. But then a lot of spiritual people, they don't even do yoga or Kriya, and they get enlightened. So there's yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it for a whole year, about twice a day for over a whole year. There's sometimes though, like, I mean, I'll make videos about it, but there's sometimes though I don't feel nothing when I do it. Yeah. It's good to know it though. That's the thing. It's good to know all of it. But like in the West, we don't have no spirituality. I'm gonna make a video about it soon. But spirituality is basically dead in the West. It wasn't dead before our time, but we have no clue about enlightenment in the West. Like, no clue. I've yeah, but it's so funny. It's like now I know like so much about it. It's ridiculous. But the East, they breathe spirituality. Yeah, all religions are just a part, and they're all connected. Yeah. Do you think I'm enlightened? Well, everybody is enlightened. It's just that they haven't woken up because we all have that life force that keeps us alive. But then you get so caught up in your mind, you don't feel it. You literally don't feel like our reality is not with words, but because of science and fast-paced society and the way we've been taught in schools, they teach us to think. We're thinking is like, it doesn't matter about thinking or even speaking because our existence is like a feeling. It's meant to be felt. Yeah. So like it's almost as if we're controlling an avatar in a video game, such as like The Sims. If you ever played The Sims, or just a role-playing game. In the game, you're moving a character. Your character isn't thinking. We're doing the same thing in real life. We're just moving a character, but we can think. But we get caught up in the thinking. That's the problem. It's one of the best analogies. I If you played video games, because your character in the game, it's not thinking. It's just there. And that's how we're meant to be in reality, is just there. Like complete awareness. And all animals are in a complete awareness. There's We'll go over two things real quick. But I was just seeing a bunch of things about how AI is just like so fake. So it's really funny that you guys mentioned it. Yeah, enlightenment is very confusing. But all animals, why people really like animals and nature, because animals are always in awareness, so they're not thinking. Now, they're not conscious. They're not conscious. We human beings, we have the ability to become conscious, which is aware of itself. So there are there's the different stages of enlightenment are basically this. And then we're probably going to end this. Okay, so and it is confusing for sure. Basically, you can be intellectually enlightened. So you can question reality and change your perception to positivity. It can only be brought up in examples. So if someone steps on your shoe, you can logically think about it and be like, oh, it's not a big deal. So you can use your mind to be intellectually enlightened. But that's not true enlightenment. So a lot of people on the internet, they're just intellectually enlightened. You can you can also fall below enlightenment. So when you smoke weed, when you drink alcohol, you become like this. I call it caveman style of thinking, which it generally feels good, genuinely. It's what happens when you fall below consciousness is that you're not in control, but you're not having many thoughts. You're not aware. So you're getting lost. You're literally becoming in a trance. But you're not aware you're in a trance. So like it's like you're falling below. Does that make sense? Most people are falling below trance. Or they're falling into a trance. They're not aware. So they can't take it outside of the drugs, outside of the alcohol. So it's enlightened in a sense, but not in a long term, and not in where their conscious is actually conscious. They're lost. So when you become enlightened, what is enlightenment? It's a thoughtless state. You're clear, you're not, it's clear. You're seeing through, and you're just being here. As I'm doing right now. And there's no thought on my mind. That's the true enlightened stage. No thoughts. I can even have a thought, but it doesn't matter because I still see clearly through it. But it doesn't. It's best to have no thoughts. You know, a lot of these I see a lot of people on YouTube. They're like, yeah, you can just watch your thoughts. There's 2 steps to enlightenment: watching your thoughts, and then the final stage, which most people don't go. It's no thoughts. Yeah. Thoughts are chains. Thoughts, they have feelings. Like a lot of people are creating bondages that keep us bondage to the incarnation, reincarnation. So example, if I fall in love with my girlfriend, I create a bond. Like I'm obsessed with her. I create a bondage. and I'm definitely not enlightened. But I cast a spell unknowingly. People are casting spells unknowingly, and then even being real angry, you are casting a spell to literally entrap you on this earth. No thoughts. When I was younger, I was not like a lot of people. I'll be saying this for the rest of my life, but I didn't have a bunch of problems. Like, I had a lot of trials and challenges. I probably had some of the most. But I wasn't depressed. I've never been depressed. I was never sad for like long periods of time. Most of my life I was actually happy. But I didn't know why I was happy. I mean, I'm young. But now I realize the there's multiple reasons. One, I was doing what I wanted to do. I always did what I wanted to do. People, as we started this live, which I'll be posting, to be happy, you have to do what you want to do. And I always did that when I was younger. I just did what felt the best to me with the environment I was in. And I didn't always get what I wanted, maybe not even a girlfriend. This is even before girlfriends. Because I only had one girlfriend when I was younger. Nonetheless, I did what I wanted to do. Therefore, reality rewards you into feeling. And I did, and now I know back then I didn't have as many thoughts. And like we were saying a little bit ago, spirituality is dead in the West. So I wasn't paying attention to when I wasn't having no thoughts. I was unconscious. But you still feel good. And I was doing what I wanted. So, but now I see, like once you tap into the thoughtless state, you can see like everything in the past. But I can see just in this life more like when I recall a memory, I recall it of just me being there. And so no one teaches us anything of really about spirituality. And I was having these open spots. I wasn't thinking, but I didn't know I wasn't thinking. I was just so caught up in it. Yeah. Man, I'm getting warm. It's probably not gonna smoke. Yeah, we're 2 hours in here. How are you, April? Alcohol is hella primal, though. For a spiritual person, though, it all depends why you're doing something. And if you're chasing enlightenment, then it's best to give up everything. The ancients knew everything we have found out. That's true. Yeah, I mean, the old world, we could talk about that in some other live. Apria. Are you a female, Apria? I hope so. Yeah. Well, yeah, so we create the experience that we want, and we do that before we even come on the earth. Again, once we become still, then we will get all the answers. You can find out the answer to anything. Past lives, what your future holds, why you came here on earth. If you came here and you knew exactly what you needed to do, which is your intuition, it's always there, but people are not listening to it, as we know. That's literally what you're supposed to do. That's God communicating with you. But if we came here automatically doing and knowing everything, that's why we forget. God likes to play a game. That's what we're here for the game. We're here for the game, the life experience. There's a mosquito in here. But there would be no game. There would be no duality. So that's why we get amnesia. And that's why we forget. All right. I'm going to be out of here. 2 hours of sitting on my ass. I appreciate everyone coming through. We'll be live tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And probably every day this week. Grab your pencils. You're about to get your spirituality classes. Mega goosebumps right now. Yeah. We'll talk about that more. Because that's like We could talk about that topic for weeks. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we've been on here 2 hours and 11 minutes. Wow. Thanks for everyone being here. Many blessings to everybody. I appreciate all you guys for coming through. And I'll talk to you guys soon. God bless everybody.